The Price is Right has 78 games in its regular rotation, with 6 played each day to a new excited group of contestants. Over the years, several of these games, for a wide variety of reasons, were retired. Some of them are missed, and some of them were supposed to be forgotten about. Today I am going to do my best to rank every one of these retired games. Here we go with all retired Price is Right pricing games ranked. If you love this channel, please like this video and subscribe. It helps me immensely in what content I should make next. Also, agree? Disagree? Let me know how you would rank these games below. And now, the main list. Number 34, Professor Price. Easily the most infamous game in Price is Right history, Professor Price was a bizarre game that did not fit in with any other game on the show. The contestant was asked general knowledge questions in order to reveal the price of the car. The game was hated by everyone involved and was retired after being played only twice. Number 33, Telephone Game. This game, which was played 3 times, was all about making enough money to call the phone with the correct price. The comically large prop and overall awful gameplay was this game's Achilles heel, and it was very quickly retired as part of the dreadful year of 1978. Number 32, Bullseye 1. In this game, the contestant is given 7 chances to guess the price of a car by being told higher or lower with each bid. The game was played 5 times and wasn't won a single time. It would be revamped into something almost as bad. Number 31, Double Bullseye. This 2-player version of Bullseye 1 was only played 4 times, but each time guaranteed that a contestant would win a car. The game was a complete departure from all the other games on the show, and the higher-lower motif would be used for the recently premiered clock game instead. Number 30, Shower Game. This awful game where the contestant gets a car or money by stepping into the shower was quickly retired when the staff realized it was one of the worst games they could have possibly invented. Number 29, Finish Line. Essentially give or keep, but with a horse racing motif, this game constantly malfunctioned. Plus, Bob hated the horse racing motif. Number 28, Gallery Game. Here the contestant must paint the remainder of the number that is unfinished on the painting of the prize. This game was retired because it was said that the paintings were quite expensive to commission every time the game was played. Number 27, Double Digits. This game barely lasted a month, but might be best known as a very early version of the far superior Temptation. Number 26, On the Spot. My least favorite pricing game of all time, On the Spot was extremely confusing, tough to watch, and overall just not a lot of fun. Somehow it lasted almost 2 years before the staff finally pulled the plug on it. Number 25, Balance Game. This game was made famous for its use of Barker dollars and was retired because it was quite confusing and required a great deal of explanation. Played often in its first season, it was barely played in its second. Number 24, On the Nose. Although fun to watch, this sports-themed game had a dreadful win percentage, with certain sports having never seen a single winner. It was retired after about 1 year. Number 23, Split Decision. This innocuous game that only lasted approximately 1 year had a dramatic rule change that only lasted for a few playings. Eventually, the mechanical failures caught up and the game was retired. Number 22, Add 'em Up. This short but fun game lasted 2 years in the late 1980s. Add up the digits in the car and you win. But with cars quickly becoming 5 digits standard in their prices, Add 'em Up simply wasn't updated for the rising numbers. Number 21, Trader Bob. The log cabin themed game was a staple of the early 1980s, but had a low win percentage and was retired by 1985. Number 20, Mystery Price. This short-lived but somewhat beloved game lasted only a few months. It was deemed too confusing and rather quickly retired. Number 19, Fortune Hunter. This game was a bit of a departure from other pricing games at the time with its use of clues read by Bob. Although it was retired, its use of opening boxes would later be reused for Half Off, a far superior game. Number 18, Walk of Fame. This Hollywood-themed game known for its famous Second Chance autograph books was retired in 1985, only 2 years after its debut, due to rising inflation. Number 17, Joker. This game, where you have to discard as many cards as you can, somehow made it on the air for 13 years before its retirement in 2007 at the end of the Bob era. Number 16, Bump. Knock the wrong price off the display and you win both prizes. This game is infamously known for its hip wind-ups by the models and was retired due to complaints, as well as personal news around Bob and Diane began to appear in the news. Number 15, Clearance Sale. Essentially a combination of Easy as 1-2-3 and Barker's Bargain Bar, Clearance Sale lasted about 10 years in the rotation before it was retired. I still wonder if all the balloons they used were real or not. Number 14, Buy or Sell. This game gave away 3 prizes and a decent cash prize for those who won it well. It will forever be known as the game Michael played hilariously. Number 13, Credit Card. Pick 3 prizes that fit under the credit limit and you win 5 of them. This was a fun game that seemed to be unstoppable, but it was retired early in the Drew run and no real reason is given why. Number 12, Make Your Mark. This simple but fun game, formerly known as Barker's Markers, was retired due to a convoluted set of circumstances revolving around Drew Carey possibly getting the rules wrong early in his run as host. Plus, the staff didn't love it either. Number 11, Super Saver. Save at least $1 and you'll walk away a winner on this game. Super Saver was known, however, infamously for its legendary malfunctions. Do Wink and Losk mean anything to you? Number 10, It's Optional. 2 cars were given away in this classic game that dealt with options on cars. Unfortunately, the game was its own enemy, as most contestants simply didn't know the price of various car options at the time. Number 9, Step Up. In this game, where contestants would step up to the next prize was retired because it had an absolutely atrocious win percentage. And by atrocious, I mean close to 11%. That's terrible. Number 8, the Phone Home Game. The very special Phone Home Game was fun, creative, and gave away a lot of money to both the in-studio and home contestants. However, the game took too long to play and the staff fell out of love with it. Number 7, Give or Keep. This short but beloved game lasted approximately 18 years and almost came back into the rotation. Unfortunately, staff changes prevented this from happening, and Give or Keep continues to be on the retired list. Number 6, Hurdles. This track and field themed game debuted the same year as the Summer Olympics in Montreal and was beloved by fans. However, it constantly malfunctioned and no modernization attempt was made. Number 5, Magic Number. The second longest game to be retired at 29 years, Magic Number is a simple game of picking a number between 2 prices given. Due to computer issues and Drew not liking it, the game was retired. Number 4, Super Ball. This always classic game of televised skee-ball was a ton of fun to watch, but also took a ton of time to play. Realizing the show's much shorter runtime by 1998 could be spent in other ways, Super Ball was very unfortunately retired. Number 3, Hit Me. A creative Price is Right version of Blackjack, Hit Me was a well-loved game that unfortunately hit a roadblock when it turned out younger contestants were not well-versed in blackjack. It was retired almost alongside Bob in 2007. Number 2, Penny Ante. Likely the most beloved game on this list, Penny Ante was retired due to technical malfunctions, and then it was officially scrapped when the original prop was left out in the rain. And number 1, Poker Game. The longest tenured pricing game to be retired at 32 years, Poker Game was always a fun game to watch. Unfortunately, it retired almost alongside Bob in 2007.